1985, I arrived. 33 years, damn, I'm grateful I survived. We wasn't supposed to get past 25. Joke's on you, motherfucker, we alive.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to His Point of Review podcast. I'm here with co-host Katina and a special guest. Say hello to the people.
Say hi. No. Okay.
Like, dude, what do you want? What do you want, dude?
He's looking like, what is going on?
Yes, it's a very furry old man on the screen. I know. Strange furry old man. I need to cut this, by the way. Keep being lazy and not cut my beard.
Yeah. Say hi, people. See, I'm not going to say hi, but I can look extremely cute. Isn't that right? Stop.
He's trying to get on camera. Look, you messing up my screen time, lady.
He's spoiled rotten.
Yes, we can tell by the way Grandma's acting.
Yeah, he's spoiled rotten. In case you can't tell, the way he crawls up Mimi's arms. Okay. All right. You say I'm done with my cameo. Because now y'all are going to talk about stuff that makes me sick. Right. Because we're not talking about llama llama. Nope.
What's llama llama?
Oh my goodness. Look up
yeah, now I had to
Ludacris raps llama llama.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he has a kid. He raps llama llama. Isn't that right? Yay. And you stare at Mimi's tattoo every time like it's your first time seeing it.
Because he wants one. You want a tattoo too, don't you?
That's enough.
A tattoo too.
Nope.
What do you mean no? He's going to eventually get one. You know this, right?
No.
What you saying no for? Once he's old enough, he can get a tattoo.
Well, he could be like my son. My son has my signature across his chest.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, his mom is in here, so.
Wait, Ludacris is really getting it with this llama llama shit, though.
Yeah. Oh, my camera's off. You can walk around this way. Yeah. Yeah, he really raps llama llama. And I don't know if he raps it because of his daughter, or I can't remember if somebody asked him to. Boom. Bye, Sue. Bye, Sue. Bye, Sue, come here. Bye, Sue. See you soon. Yeah, he's amazing.
Yo, this is actually dope as hell, though.
Yeah. See, you don't have kids, so you wouldn't know about llama. I mean,
yeah, I have no idea what a llama llama is.
Yeah. All right. I cannot believe Mike has me recording. What? This is the third one this week.
You're the one who requested these marathon sessions, so hey.
Yeah, but I thought the two last night would have been it. I'm in there cleaning out the pantry but this is good.
No, because I actually want to do a current one to post. So this will be post first, by the way. We're gonna break like the timeline to let you know. We have recorded two other ones. One is a question and answer session.
Hot seat
for Miss Katina. And the other we get her review of more adult material. You don't look out for that. I'm gonna disappoint a lot of you because she was very angry and reluctant.
Yeah. Yes. But you know what? We're not even going to discuss that. Today is a new day. My soul has been cleansed. My spirit has been redeemed.
Yeah, I can send you more links.
Don't you dare, devil.
Just saying.
Satan. Nope, I'm good.
Oh, I gotta be Satan.
Yes. Sorry, Satan's son.
See myself more as a cousin. But anyway.
Brother.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So we have 3 big things that happened since the last time, and I probably should, like, now that I think of it, I'm just gonna put these out in order. I'm not even gonna break the timeline. So I actually think I'm gonna put them all out this week.
At one time, boom.
Yes, so you guys can like have enough to last you for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I have a feeling we'll be recording sometime soon again.
We will. I'm bored.
Yeah, she's on house arrest right now. So
not literally, people. Figuratively.
That's why she won't show you her ankles, because it is literal.
Really?
She got the low jack on. No, I'm joking.
Do they still do that to people?
Yes, they do still make people wear that bracelet.
Wow. Wow.
So, yeah. Bill Cosby probably has one on right now.
His is probably a more updated, upgraded, technologically savvy fashion piece.
Yeah, they're very, very good these days because they can set the limits a lot further, wider range.
I'm going to look that up real quick because I just want to see what the latest ankle monitor looks like. Not that I ever want to be in one.
Too. I think Paul Manafort, he's got one too because Virginia don't want him going nowhere. Like,
let's see. Ankle monitor. Okay, ankle monitor. I type in ankle monitor. The first link is a Wikipedia link. Then it says people also ask, has 4 different ones. Top stories, Bill Cosby, Bill Cosby, Bill Cosby.
Yep. They look like Fitbits.
Let me see. Oh my gosh, you can buy one on Amazon. I'm looking at it. Oh my gosh.
So people, you need to parent your wild ass kids. There you go. Get ankle monitors.
No, for real. It's for $200.95 plus $5.99 shipping.
Well, there you go. Seriously, if you got badass kids, go to Amazon.
Oh no, it says tracker for teens, elder patients, and
I've heard
offenders
of those, though.
with
honestly,
cut tamper with alarm.
Yeah.
Match and pull down. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
You know, I've heard of people like trying to get stuff up, like putting trackers in their kids' cars and all that.
So true story. When my oldest daughter started driving, I toyed with the idea of getting a second line, or well, not a second line, an additional line with my carrier and putting one in the armrest of the car so that I could always track her. And then I said, you know what? Why do that? I'll just track her. But yeah. But I did not know that you could purchase the. Well,
I mean, I understand. Yeah, I guess. I don't.
I will say this. As a parent, I worried about more things than I ever would have before. Like, for real. I was so worried about my kiddos when they were growing up. And even now. Because, you know, you have sex offenders, you have idiots, all that.
Yeah, man. That's why we should start doing like we do animals and put chips in our children. No,
You're bullshitting.
I don't think that.
Okay.
No, that would be very stupid. Although they probably are trying to think of a way to put chips in people anyway. So it's neither here nor there. Speaking of Bill Cosby, though, I didn't plan on talking about this, but what is your thoughts on this whole Bill Cosby thing?
Mm-mm. Come back to me later. I'll tell you.
Okay.
It is not going to be. Hold on. Blow Pop has some hard gum.
Yes, it does. Shit runs out of sugar way too fast.
Yes. Okay. So my thoughts on Bill Cosby. As a survivor of rape, I will say that my belief is always going to be in the victim, and I'm always going to side with the victim. In saying that, I'll say this. I don't think that I know a lot of people are saying he was set up. I know a lot of people are saying, well, why did they wait so long? I know a lot of people are saying just a myriad of different things. And to me, it doesn't matter. Yes, if there is anybody that is lying about it, I think that they should burn in hell, because when you lie about something like this, it makes those of us that have suffered, it makes us seem less credible. I'm not going to say that the time is coincidental, because when I go back and I look at it, it looks like some of these women raised these concerns back in the 80s and nobody listened to them and nobody believed them. It seems like a few of them have done a cash grab or money grab, which is they are just telling their story just to get paid. But I do think that there is like legitimately some that are telling the truth. And I wasn't there. I didn't see the evidence. But Mike, me and you talked about it before. I do think that his admittance of doing it before is what did him in this time. I don't think the jury would have convicted him or even did anything had that not been allowed. Sorry.
That's fine. I'm actually trying not to laugh because I think they're so cute.
No, Mimi's baby is trying to get to me and his mom won't let him.
Yeah, I figured that's what was happening.
He's crying. So, okay, 1 second.
Oh man. Oh, and just to build off her point about how people talked about it before. There were files from affidavits that were allowed into court in which they mentioned it before the first time he went to trial for this, but they weren't admitted in court. This time they were, that Bill Cosby actually signed affidavits saying, like, acknowledging what he did, and had the court case was sealed because they made a plea bargain and he kind of, I guess, must have paid them off or something like that to be silent and to like have the record sealed and all of that. So.
But how dumb or I'm not going to say how dumb, because he could have felt like at that point in his life, he wanted to make everything right with everybody that he had harmed. And so that's what he was trying to do.
I would think that he was just trying to make it go quiet and go away.
Go away.
Think at that time that it happened, jeez. How old they said these things were? Oh, forget exactly when, but I'm sure it was at a time where he was riding high. Like, just imagine if this happened during the Cosby Show run. Yeah. Could you imagine what would have happened if that shit actually came out then?
What?
That would have derailed his career, and it also would have disillusioned a ton of people who grew up loving that show and things like that. So
now, I will be honest. At first I was like, oh my gosh. Before I heard about the fact that these things have been brought up years ago, at first I was like, okay, who's out to get him? Like, who's trying to railroad him? And of course, rape is like oh, hell no. No matter who you are, except if you're negative 45, then, there are caveats. But Yeah, because sexual assault is sexual assault to me. While he grabbing folks by the, you know what. But now I just feel like he's what, 79, 80?
80.
He's 80. I believe that he should go to jail.
For how long, though?
Now that's, I will say the same thing that I've said for years. I'm not the jury. I'm not the judge. That's not my job. But if he is indeed truly guilty, I think, and he's admitted guilt before, which is still strange to me because it makes me wonder if the jury convicted him off of the evidence or simply because these previous statements were allowed in court. And they said, well, if he admitted it then he's certainly guilty of this now. That is kind of like, okay, but how long should he go? He's 80. I think a year could be a death sentence for him. Certainly 30 will be a death sentence for him.
Yeah, if they did the max.
He is sentenced to the max. There's no way he's going to walk out of prison, statistically speaking. Because, I mean, people live to be 117. But do I think that he should go to jail if he's guilty? And he's been found guilty. So at this point, I'm going to say that he's guilty. He is a convicted. I don't know what the charges were, so I'm not going to label that. But he is convicted. And so, yeah, he should go to prison.
Let me look up the charges just to make sure I know what. Because I believe it's 3 counts of sexual assault that he was convicted of.
And I will also say this. The justice system is so imbalanced.
See, okay, so here's the thing. What happened in 2004. So
Okay.
14 years ago, he must still be under the statute of limitation. By the way, that makes me think, damn, dude, at that time you were, what, 66? You still out here drugging women? What the fuck?
Wait, what?
It happened in 2004.
Oh, I know some perverted 66-year-olds now.
Shit. Yeah, the first trial ended in a mistrial last year. And I was like, yeah, I remember that. But yeah.
Okay, so this is a retry of the trial.
The mistrial from last year, yeah.
Okay.
I think what they did was they kind of lessened the charges, which is crazy. But.
Well, sometimes they do that just to get them, just to get a conviction. So it's a strategic move. It's definitely not because they felt like he was guilty of something lesser. It's definitely because they wanted to get their guy. Like, there is no question about that.
Yeah. And I think the climate that we're in now with the whole Me Too movement ramping up afterwards, because that's the thing. I think, honestly, had the Weinstein shit not gone down, he might not have had that much focus on him. They might have just left it where it was at. But
that I agree with.
They had some precedent because now you have the Me Too movement and like everybody's coming out and pointing to the problems. So it's like, okay, yeah, we can't just let you walk away from this. So.
Well, we can, but it would be political suicide.
Yeah, so. Exactly. You know what I mean? So he got if they would have done this trial 2-3 years ago, we probably would have forgot all about it. It'll probably be just a bunch of jokes at this point.
Yep. And don't get me wrong, I am not saying that they went after him for political reasons, but I am saying that can certainly play a part in things once the ball gets rolling.
A lot of people are still throwing out the whole theory that the only reason they went after him was because he tried to buy NBC.
When was that? What year was that?
That NBC thing came up so long ago. As far as I know.
We're both over here typing away.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby 5 purchase.
Okay, from what I see in Vanity Fair, the article came out in 1993. So, how this
What
was going to
did?
stop the article about him trying to take over NBC?
Okay, so and then the one that I pulled up is from 1992.
Okay, so for them to like want to get retribution for him trying to buy something that he failed to buy, now that
I'm
made
not
no
gonna.
sense.
I can't rock with that one. I can't rock with that theory. And I know. Let's see. I was just reading something really quickly. And I know that some people may say, "Well, he couldn't have did it." Now, these are the ones that piss me off. He couldn't have did it. He's black. What? Wait, what? What? He could have done it. Do I think? Now, I will be honest with you. Do I think that he drugged these women? Definitely. Do I think that some of them knew? Yes. Do I think that some of them knew then and now are lying and saying that they didn't know now? Yes. I most definitely do.
Problem is, if you drug somebody, you pretty much
You've taken away their voice because you've taken away their choice. And
even
those
if they
are
recognize what's
right.
going down, you kind of put them in the like.
And those are one and the same. My choice, my voice. Now, when I say, do I know that the women, do I think that the women knew that they were being drugged? Yes. And I do think that some of them continued on with it because they wanted that role. They wanted that exposure. They wanted whatever. I am by no means blaming the victim at all. However, if I see that somebody's put something in my drink, I don't give a damn what it is. I'm done.
Well, I know some of them claim that they didn't see.
And then I want to say, because of course, I'm on Facebook in Facebook groups. I think somebody said something about Beverly Johnson admitted to embellishing some facts to sell her book. I don't know. I didn't.
Yeah, I don't recall her ever saying anything like that.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm kind of over it. I didn't even know he was on trial again. But, of course, when they came back with a verdict, they broke into different news channels. And, breaking news, a verdict is in the Bill Cosby sexual assault case. So, and I don't know how long the trial lasted. I can't tell you. Normally, I know.
Weeks. Yeah, it didn't.
Okay.
The trial didn't last that long.
Okay. So, do I think that he should go to jail? Yep, I do. I really, really do. I hate that he's 80. But man, even 66, your ass is too old to be trying to play these games.
Like you were already
a senior citizen.
Yeah. Which
you're already a senior citizen, and you're pulling this. Come on. Not saying that if he had been 25, because I know how people think. Not saying if he had been 20, 25, or 30, that it would have been different. But I am saying that you are 66 pimping. You are a media icon.
This means that he's been doing this for over 30 years of his life, like 40 years of his life. And like, dude. And he's married. Dude.
But you know what? Most people will say, well, he could have gotten any woman he wanted. He had the money. That's not what it was about. He knows he could have had any woman he wanted. He didn't care about that. The downside is that his wife has to deal with this now.
Yeah.
My heart really aches for her because one, you have to face the fact of what your husband did. Two, you have people wondering, how can you stand by his side? The crazy thing is, it's none of our business. I cannot stand when people feel like they have a right to a celebrity's every facet of their life. You don't. You have a right in my opinion, to their lives on screen when they're doing press junkets and occasionally when they are, out and about at, say, a football, baseball, basketball game. But even then, they are allowed to have a private life. They are allowed to be a private citizen. I mean, that's just the way I feel about it. I know people that have been and will be in the public eye, and I just, when Eminem rapped about he's trying to have dinner with his daughter, I totally felt that. Let them eat in peace, walk around in peace. I'd probably be pissed off if I get out my car and y'all are asking for, can I have your autograph? Hell no, move. But his wife has to deal with this. His wife also has to deal with, like, I don't think they have any living children, do they? I think they only had one child, the son that committed suicide.
Yeah, his son died years ago. And then, it's not like his career has been totally clean anyway, because you heard former kids who work with him, like from the Cosby Show and all that, say things.
Right.
In reference to the way he treated them and how he acted too. So,
and even though it's not a money grab for some people, they're going to want to be paid for their pain and suffering, for their therapy, and I can rock with them on that. I get it. So certainly his wife is dealing with a lot. I just, we are so quick to say, yeah, he needs to go to jail. He needs to go to jail. I believe he needs to go to jail. I truly believe that. I believe that he needs to pay for what he's done. To what extent? He's 80 years old. I don't know. That's a hard thing to say. But on the flip side of that, he still has people that love him. And I don't know. We get into this whole judgment thing, and we all have somebody in our lives that we love that has done something completely effed up to us in our viewpoint. And yet we love them still. And I struggle with this because I can hate the act and love the person. So I get that. This is just a hard pill to swallow if I was in his wife's shoes.
Excuse the pun.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That was totally not on purpose. But yes, that is it. I don't know, man. That's so. And then on the flip side of that, so many of us feel like we know this man because we watch Cosby every Thursday night. Didn't it come on Thursday nights?
Yeah, it used to come on Thursdays.
Every Thursday night. We felt
back.
Right. We feel like we know him. We don't. We know what his publicist and he want us to know as far as the public persona. That's all we really know about any celebrity.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to get into this conversation about too, because I've been thinking about this for a while, especially with the Kanye thing that we're going to talk about in a little while, and
my
other
God.
stuff that we see where we get these people reacting like so viscerally to on either side, either for or against. It's like the idol worship that we put in these celebrities is kind of ridiculous. Like I've long since gave up that whole like, oh, this person is impervious to me because I love their music or I love their work, everything. They're human beings. And they're bound to fail. It's like when the first talk about Bill Cosby came out last year, I was like, well, probably did do it. And people got mad at me, but it's like, look, I'm not saying I hate Bill Cosby or I like all of a sudden I think what he did as far as, the stuff he did for kids, the Cosby Show, is just the worst thing in the world. And I'm not going to like overreact and just be like, banish him from my memory banks or anything like that. That being said, I do acknowledge the fact that he has the potential, like all of us, to do something fucked up. So he just so happened to actually have done something fucked up.
Yeah.
And so to be sitting here crying and screaming conspiracy and talking about they just trying to take black men down and terrorists, that was like, there are cases where you can say that. This ain't that case. And you shouldn't be acting like this. If he's guilty, then what? Now you want to talk about they just want to take him down for something he tried to do over 30 years ago or something like that. It's like, no.
I don't believe that, though. I mean, my advice to people that are saying that is in your local community, I guarantee you there is someone that is being wrongfully locked up, tried, convicted. Put all your energy into them. All of it. All of it. Every drop of it. Put it into them because they need you. This man has millions.
Yeah, but no, that's what we do. We'll rally around him. Like you said, anybody in your neighborhood, you're not really thinking about him. In fact, you probably thinking he did it anyway. So,
right.
But it's like all of a sudden we get these celebrities and they do something stupid and everybody wants to fall to pieces and act like the world is against them and it's just like this wrong. No, how about you fall to pieces over the fact that they're stupid enough to do something like that? They would be that like it's I don't know. It's like I just don't get that emotionally invested in people. It's like okay. Right. It's like the Kevin Spacey thing. Like I was like, damn, he's a fucked up person. I'll leave it at that. He's a fucked up person.
Let me Google that because I know.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about because he ended up leaving his show behind it.
Yeah, because he was hitting on men on the show and trying to coerce them to have sex with them, and then the whole news came out that he was trying to do this with men and women all through his career, and they were just like, "Yeah, you gotta go."
And I love me some Kevin Spacey.
I still watch Unusual Suspects.
Man,
I hate what he did, but that fucking movie's great.
You know what? I remember telling somebody this, and we used to argue about this left and right. I said, I can separate somebody's personal from their craft. And so I can support their craft without liking them personally.
Yeah. And I will say that for me,
they cannot reconcile it. Yes.
Certain things.
Right.
I'm sorry, R. Kelly, you kind of like.
Oh.
I have a hard time listening to R. Kelly music because it's like, God damn it, dude. When children are involved.
He is a perverted genius. I make no apologies for that. I think that he is a perverted individual, but he is definitely.
Oh no, I still can
one of the best of our time. He's a perverted genius.
He's a good artist.
He's a perverted genius, like for real. He is a perverted genius.
But it's just
now,
like,
while he out here pissing on girls and holding women hostage, he needs to finish the damn Trapped in the Closet series. Because I need to know.
I don't.
Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh, when they were what TV station was that on?
It was on BT when they showed it. It's always BT.
No, it wasn't.
BT showed it, yeah. Or was it TV One? It's either one. It had to be.
But it did not. No, but it did not premiere on there. It was another. I'm gonna look it up.
I don't know.
It was another channel. But I remember being at my mom's house and I was like, Mom, we got to watch this. My mom was like, what are you talking about? And it was when they played them all like back to back to back. It was like a soap opera. What is it? Trapped in the Closet.
It's 24 volumes. They ain't done yet. I don't need this. I'm sorry. It's just like, I can't listen to Half on the Baby because now I don't know what he actually means. It's like he kind of wrote. I mean, his music is good. I'm not going to take away his accomplishment, but it's just like, dude. And I've asked people that question, like, how do you feel? Because it's like, yeah, some people are like, yeah, it's hard. Some people are just like, they just deny anything happened because they have this idol worship. It's like,
oh my goodness, wait, hold on. How many did you say it was?
Last I heard, it was up to 24. Did he finish it?
It was IFC. That's the channel. Dude.
IFC showed that? That's funny.
Yes. Yeah, IFC showed it. Yes, they did. Okay, listen. I totally been asleep. My bad, good people. It is up to 33 channels. And hold on. Okay, hold on. Because I just read. Okay, Trapped in the Closet. The Stuttering. Okay, the Stuttering Pimp shows up at his parents' door looking for money. Okay, I do remember that.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I tapped out after they first showed the first 12 because I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
I think his name is Rufus.
The fuck?
Oh my goodness.
It's hardest shit in the world.
Listen, you may not like it. That man is a genius storyteller. That is all I'm going to say. We can go on to something different. I don't give a damn what nobody else say. That man is a musical genius. His storytelling is amazing. Now, is he a little pervert? Yeah. Would I trust him in the room with my daughters? Hell no. Would I trust him in the room with me? Not when I'm wearing my little ponytails and I look like I'm about a 15 or 16-year-old girl. I most certainly will not. But still.
Yeah, but see, I'm not mad at anybody who still listens to his music or anything because it's like he does make good music, and you know what? Some people are better at separating certain things and things like that. It's just like there's a lot of people you look at, none of them are perfect. All of them have probably done something. It's like half the rappers that we used to listen to back in the late 80s and early 90s, a lot of them sold drugs and killed people. Yet we listen to their music. Like we listen to murderers and drug dealers. You know, people who sell crack to babies.
Come on through, Ice-T.
Things like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just don't get to the point where I idolize them. I was like, I appreciate what you do. But if you do something horrible, well, fuck, you a horrible person. To me. I don't know. It's a weird. I just learned a long time ago you have to separate your emotion from the love of their art because that shit will put you in some fucked up situations and conversations, and there's no need to be there because you don't need to support. You can support somebody's work, but you don't have to support them as a person. I guess it's kind of like, I guess it's a good segue to the Kanye West foolishness.
I still don't like him. Go on.
I mean, I've been saying for years that dude's overrated as shit, but nobody wants to listen to me. But no. So Kanye West is about to come out with a new album. How do we know? Because we always know when he's coming out with a new album. This guy decides to go on Twitter and shows his ass and say quote unquote controversial things. One being his support of Donald Trump and how people are sheep for not just going with their, what did he say? What was his defense? He was like, he's not going to do what everybody thinks he needs to do. You can't tell him that man is a bad person just because you feel that way. Don't mean I need to feel that way. He supports the ideas of Candace Owens, who until he said that shit, I had no idea who she was, but she's basically a black conservative who believes in things like slavery was something.
Let me look it up.
Got an
I want to be clear on this heifer. Hold on. Because what she said that he agreed with, let me. Okay. Okay. The Twitter CEO apologized to her.
I think because she got banned and she didn't necessarily say anything to get banned.
Okay.
I think something like that.
So,
but it was something to the effect like basically we're all just crying and it's a myth. That certain things are myths that we perpetuate when it comes to race relations, and we need to get over a bunch of shit. Basically.
okay.
You seriously are looking up that
Mm-hmm. Because
Anyway, don't she look crazy anyway?
boy.
She looked like she's psycho.
So, okay, I won't even look it up. What I'll say is this. It never shocks me that when it is a person of color or anyone else that is not saying what Trump's minions, his base, agree with, then instantly we need to shut up. We are snowflakes. It is fake news. But the moment somebody that looks like us says something, then, y'all, I'm so glad it took you, at least you're listening. And people, Candace Owens, skin folk does not make us kinfolk. Come on, Angela. I don't get it. I don't get her. And the reason
Honestly,
I don't get her
Candace
is
Owens, to be
I don't
honest.
I don't get her. And the reason I don't get her the same way I don't get any other Black person that supports Trump, because he clearly is racist. Clearly. If anybody does not care about Black people, Kanye, it's your new buddy, Trump. Negative 45.
No, she's easy to get, and I think the fact that she riles people up amuses me because she shouldn't. You know why? Because she's fake. Totally, she's the Black Tommy Lauren.
Oh boy.
She's somebody trying to get put on. And what's the best way to get put on now? The best way to get put on, and I've noticed this in the social media age, the best way to get put on when you have nothing to offer is to go against the grain and make yourself the focal point in the negative light. Because it works so much for so many people. Like when you're quote unquote the controversial one, you tend to get over because people get hyped and get into their feelings about it. And so it's easier to exploit your way to the top. Tommy Lauren has a job because she got on YouTube and would say crazy, stupid shit that upset people. Now, whether she truly believes it or not, who knows? Maybe in part, but she knew what she was doing. She got that job with Fox and them because she had to go that way because nobody was going to hire her for what she was doing, for who she was. She has no personality. She has nothing to offer, really, talent-wise, probably.
Okay, this is what she believes. She claims that African Americans who cry racism are just a bunch of overly privileged Americans. She claims that police brutality is not an issue. She claims that former President Bill Clinton is to blame for the mass incarceration of Black men, which is true. I can rock with her on that one. She calls former President Barack Obama a spineless coward. Now, the reason I can't rock with her on most other things is if racism is in the past, and if those of us that cry racism are some overprivileged Americans, Candace, my question to you would be, why did you and your family sue, let's see, the Stamford, Connecticut Board of Education and won $37,500?
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's the thing. She's putting everything that you just said that she quote unquote believes in are things that are like a hard turn against what most people generally don't believe in. Like only people who believe in that shit about the racism being like us being privileged. Nobody thinks that we're privileged, but they think it's a myth. They know that right now white privilege is a big thing. So she's just flipping the white privilege thing on top of the racism thing and trying to make it Black privilege. Because what do white people who hate the word white privilege and who are racist need? They need a weapon. She knows who to give the weapon. She's handing them a knife. She's making up a knife for them to use. That's all she's doing, and it's making her money. That's all she's doing is trying to get paid and get famous off this shit. Because now she's working, I think, with Breitbart and stuff like that. She's getting a paycheck cut. So it benefits her to keep saying this outlandish shit. That's why I was like, I don't pay her no mind because she's just like she's basically a whore for money, and she's willing to do whatever she can do, you know. And I'm not saying this because she's a woman; it's because that's what she's doing. It's like any male who does things like that. Just like, what's the name of the gay guy who's a conservative?
Who?
Shit, I forget his name.
Black?
No, he's a white guy. Oh God, it's
I
like
thought you were talking
Greek
about
sound.
Paris Denard or whatever his name is.
Oh, you talking about the guy who's on CNN?
Oh my gosh, he irks my spirit and makes my skin crawl.
No, he's like him. He don't really bother. He's annoying, but I consider him. He's legitimate in some of his views. Whereas with her, Tommy Lauren, and the guy I can't think of, I just feel like they just trying to catch a niche to like ride the wave and continue their success. I don't think they actually have any real hard beliefs. I just think that they're just doing what they think will make them successful and make them popular and will get them where they want to get.
Well, we know that Tommy Loren is definitely just riding the damn way because she was complaining about the Affordable Care Act. You know, I do not like that other name for it, but she was sitting on her parents' insurance because of the Affordable Care Act. She didn't have insurance until the Affordable Care Act came along, and then she was sitting her privileged lily white ass on their insurance because of it, and yet wanted to abolish it. Baby, your privilege is showing.
No, but it's true. It's like they say this. I can't think of. I need to find out his guy's name because he got real big for a while. Especially on YouTube, and it's funny how all these people tend to like get super big on social media first, like her. It's like so. It's again. They use social media because social media is the easiest form to get a jump start on this stuff.
Yes, definitely.
Your voices can be a little bit louder on there.
Yep.
But, oh gosh, I can never say his name, but Milo Yiannopoulos, that's his name.
Don't even know who he is.
He's a right-wing guy from Britain who he used to work for Breitbart, but he used to be very, very conservative, Muslim, all of this. He used to always talk about how, people are making up myths about things and the conservatives are doing the right thing and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yet he's gay. So it's like, it's funny because a lot of conservatives want to get rid of laws to protect you. Of course, he takes advantage of the laws that more liberal people have made to protect him, but he rags on liberalism. And it's like, yeah, you're just doing that because this makes you money and it makes you unique because you're a gay conservative. Just like with Candace, she's a black conservative. Those are two words that we never think go together. So it gives her a niche. Tommy Lauren is a young white, conservative woman in the age where you have more young or white women being liberal. They're niches. They're just filling these niches to get a paycheck. Like I said, they're whoring themselves. That's why I don't pay attention to it.
Man, I can't stand to see foolishness like that. But you know what? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and so
yeah. No, to go back to Kanye, like he's another person that you should not really pay attention to, in my opinion, because he does it all the time. Every fucking time he's about to come out with the album, he goes on these long. Remember the last album when he went on that like whole 2-hour tweet rant?
Yeah.
And he's talking about how broke he is and how he needs us to support. It's like, dude, come on. And now this Trump shit, and he did a line where he praised Trump in the song. Was that the same song you were talking to me about, the T.I. song?
I haven't listened to it yet. but I am definitely going to. I just haven't yet.
Yeah, no, it's funny because T.I., his political views to me are like, T.I., no, you need to stay out of politics with the whole us against them shit. Come get the fuck out of here. But
yeah, I'm just like,
by the way, did you hear like Kanye with the poopity scoopity line?
okay, so I heard about it,
oh,
but I
my
have
god!
not yet heard it. So I'm not in a rush to watch it or to
Oh
hear
my
it.
god! Oh my! Let me see if I can find it because it's the dumbest thing.
But you know what? I think that that's like a joke that no matter what he says, people are gonna listen to it and talk about it.
Oh my god! Okay, let me see if I can find it because you need to hear this. You really need to hear this. This is the dumbest shit.
Just click just put it in the chat so that we don't, because. But I do have a new favorite song this week while you're looking for that.
What's your favorite song this week?
J. Cole, 1985.
Everybody
What?
likes that song. Everybody mad at J. Cole too. I don't know why.
Why?
Because
What? What did he do?
because they feel like he just called out this generation and they don't like that.
Well,
Let me see if this is the link to it. But no, I mean that song it made sense. A lot of that album lyrics made sense. And I think that's why a lot of people hate it. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, it's not a good album. I don't know what he's doing." It's like it's not a bad album.
that is a great album. I listened to that album all the way through several times. And 1985, I don't know what young rapper came for him, but hey, gone back
The
on the
funny
porch,
thing
young
is,
man.
this is his time. This is his generation.
I
It's
know.
not ours. And that's the thing that's funny about it. It's like, yo, this is somebody from this era breaking this shit down like that. So y'all can't really call.
They can no longer say that it's old people and y'all don't know, and yeah, they can't do that.
You know, the funny thing about this song is he doesn't rap until the end.
Who, Kanye?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'm doing something I don't want to do. Listening to Kanye. So, what's the name of the song?
It's
Like
called
what?
Lift Yourself, but
Okay.
I'm trying to find like because it's supposed to be on his website.
So, what is the purpose? I mean, lift yourself sounds positive.
I know, and the beat is like amazing.
Okay.
But you get to the oh,
But it's Kanye.
Honestly, I think he's just fucking with people
I think he is too.
because he's just like poopity scoop, loopity doo. Like what?
What?
I kid you not. Those are the lyrics.
Okay.
Okay, I think he has it on his website.
You
Yeah.
have to play it.
All right, I'm gonna put the link. By the way, I'm listening to this again because the first time I heard it, I died.
Now you listen to that foolishness, but you don't want to listen to
The only
his
reason I
song
listened to it was because I was watching something and somebody mentioned it and they were like, "What? Y'all haven't heard this?" So they played it during their doing like a live stream that I was watching, and
Oh,
I just died. Yeah, it wasn't like something I sought out. They were like, "Y'all didn't hear about this? You need to hear about this."
okay.
They
So
played
I'm
it.
finna click on it. I don't even like going to his freaking website.
There's nothing on it but that. That's the funny part.
Okay, I'm listening to it. He has an ugly website.
Yeah, it's nothing on it.
Okay, I like the beat. Okay, is the whole song just this loop until he gets to the end?
Pretty much.
I really like the beat though.
Yeah, I know. The beat is banging.
Yeah, the beat is sick.
I wish I had a timestamp to know exactly when this is going down. I'm about to look back and put it because it's your reaction. I already
Okay.
know.
Uh-oh. He talking. This next verse though, these bars, come on, Kanye. Uh-oh.
Oh, oh my god. Oh my god.
Whoop did he scoop poop? Man, listen.
Every time I hear it, I can't help myself but to die.
But this next verse though, these
Right,
bars
because
though.
he was like, "Yo, like, oh shit, he gonna try to like lay it down." Like, no.
Yeah, oh man, he finna come for somebody's throat.
Oh man, right? You thought he was about to like get payback for Control by Kendrick Lamar? Like, nah, no.
Kanye, this is why J. Cole be killing you.
Yes, it is.
He said this next verse though, these bars though.
And for those of you who couldn't hear, they already have the like lyrics on genius.com. So I quote, okay. Poopy de scoop. Scoop diddy whoop. Whoop de scoop de poop. Poop de scoopity. Scoopity whoop. Whoopity scoop. Whoopity poop. Poop diddy. Whoop scoop. Poop poop. Scoop diddy whoop. Whoop diddy scoop. Whoop diddy scoop poop. In the bars.
His mama is rolling in her grave.
She's fucking. And you heard about the cover, right?
No. Come on.
He's for the cover, he's putting the picture of the doctor who did the surgery for his mom.
No.
That's what he wants to do. Yes.
What? Why?
Fuck if I know. This is why I say, yo, this dude's crazy. He's out there. He's fucking nuts. And y'all need to stop really getting hyped over everything he does because he needs mental like help. He really needs to get help.
Why would he want the doctor though? I'm not understanding.
I don't know, but that's the cover supposed to be a picture of the doctor who did the surgery.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Send me a link. If I was a doctor, I'd sue him. And I'm not a litigious person at all. I mean, at all. But come on now. You got what? Let me. Kanye West says late mom surgeon is on new album cover. I want to forgive and stop hating. So, okay.
Like, okay, the forgiveness thing, I'm cool with it, but why does his picture need to be on the cover? That's kind of morbid. Like, I understand the doctor didn't intend for your mom to get sick and have a heart attack after the surgery. But what is this? You seem stunned.
I'm reading this is my album cover. This is plastic surgeon Jan Adams, the person who performed my mom's final surgery. Do you have any title ideas? I want to forgive and stop hating. Whoever Wes is said, love everyone. He said, I love that.
Yeah, so he's going to call the album that, I believe.
Okay, well, first of all, in this article, it says in January, and this is from people.com, it says in January 2008, the Los Angeles coroner determined that Donda died of heart disease while suffering from multiple post-operative factors. So he gave his mom heart disease? Like, no. What are you trying to forget? Okay.
It's 9 times out of 10 they probably told her it was risky for her to have the surgery with her condition, and she agreed.
According to the autopsy report, Donda walked out of the clinic after 5.5 hours of surgery, heavily bandaged, and was prescribed Vicodin for pain. She opted to receive post-op care at her home, though she was advised to be looked after at another facility. Shortly after the procedure, she experienced a sore throat, pain, and tightening in her chest before collapsing. She was pronounced dead in the hospital's emergency room.
Yeah, so it's like, what are you forgiving? Because it wasn't, the doctor didn't do anything wrong.
I don't. He's crazy. And I'm not saying crazy in a mental health type way. I mean crazy as in off his rocker. Because even in the article, it says he's all over the place, excited, loud. He's sleeping very little, texting at all hours of the day or night, coming up with ideas, sending them to people, and instructing everyone to drop everything and collaborate. He truly feels like it's the most exciting stuff in the world. Good people. That is manic. He's in a manic state. That's bipolar.
Yeah, that would indicate, yes, he has mental issues. But
he's in a manic state. Everything about that says manic. Everything about that. And mental illness is nothing to play with at all. I raise my hand. I'll be the first one to tell you. I personally think that everybody has something mentally wrong with them. And if you don't, you're lying or you haven't been diagnosed yet. I'll say that. This right here is a manic state. He may not be bipolar, but that right there, all over the place, excited, loud, very little sleep, feeling like it's the most exciting stuff in the world. Manic. Don't believe me? Check the DSM. I think it's up to 6 now. I used to say the DSM-4, but of course they come out with new versions. So West's latest tweet comes after multiple sources told People that his private behavior has been a cause for concern. I guarantee you, he has cut off contact with many members of his inner circle, including his managers, lawyers, and closest friends. And he's also had multiple arguments with his mother-in-law, Kris Jenner, according to several sources.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, he has issues. People don't want to acknowledge that. People like to like hide in this whole, oh no, you just think because he's a, and again,
and then
I find it weird how because he's a good producer, he's really talented, that people want to hide his mental issues behind.
Let me be the first one to say most people don't believe this. There are several geniuses that have documented mental health issues.
Yeah.
It's kind of like two sides of the same coin. But in this article, it says, as West's Twitter sprees made news this week, his wife told Ellen DeGeneres that she wasn't initially aware of her husband's Twitter activity. I didn't even know he got his Twitter again until I started seeing tweets coming in from other people retweeting them. And I was like, wait, is this real? And then at night he came in and said, did you see my tweets? And I was like, yes, I did see your tweets. And I followed him back. What? So, first off, you didn't know your husband was following you? Okay, well, maybe she gets so many followers that it was just, it'd be.
When did she say this?
This will air Monday.
Okay, because that makes her a damn liar. Because he tweeted you about your picture and you responded years ago when you took that picture of your ass with the cup on it.
Well, let's give her a benefit of the doubt. Maybe he got off Twitter for a while.
Oh, that's the thing. He never leaves Twitter. He just doesn't tweet.
Okay, well, maybe he stopped tweeting, man.
Yeah, no, he did. He has. Because again, like I said, you don't see him tweet until his project is near. Because the last rant was before that last album came out, and that was when he started talking about how broke he was. Mm-hmm. And she tweeted him back during that rant, by the way. Mrs. I didn't know he had his Twitter. You tweeted him back talking about you were going to help him out and take care of him when it came to money and stuff like that. So shut the fuck up and stop lying. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, no. Because like I said, I follow him because after he made that epic rant 3 years ago where he tweeted like every 2 minutes for 2 hours straight, I was like, I have to watch this because this is hilarious. I don't care for the man, but I find it hilarious that he does this dumb shit. And it's like clockwork. That came out right before he came out with the video with him and her on the bike. That whole epic tweet that preceded that. So
yeah, I didn't see that video.
Yeah.
Not going to, by the way, but yeah.
You ain't missing nothing.
Okay, great. Yeah. Okay. That is hilarious.
But yeah, no, he does. And like, yeah, he does have a mental. I mean, I'm not saying that the guy isn't intelligent, isn't talented, but he needs help. And people are just buying into this. It's like, I'm not paying attention to this man. I'm sorry. This album's probably going to be whack again. And, other than being a good producer, I never really cared for anything he did anyway. Now, if him and Jay-Z somehow do another album, I might, because I like Jay-Z. But
I might, maybe.
I
with Jay-Z.
Do an album again together. I don't think Jay-Z has the time for that foolishness right now.
Yeah. Maybe not. Well, he probably doesn't want to be anywhere close to him right now. So.
Yeah. Although, again, like I was saying to you last night, maybe it's just a situation with him and his friends it's like that family member that you can't stand, but you still love because they're family. I feel like that's how his
Right.
friendship is. It's like, okay, here comes Crazy Yeah again. Let's just deal with this for now.
Right. Probably.
I don't
What else
know.
we got to talk about? Because
Well,
he exhausts me.
well, this is the last of the topics, and Joy Reid has gotten into a lot of trouble this week
Oh
for
my
her
goodness.
blog. Now, the story goes that someone uncovered archives of some homophobic blogs that she apparently had put on the blog that she no longer works on anymore. Some of the stuff was really, really controversial and very, very divisive. She claims she never wrote them. She's never seen them in her life. And she hired a cybersecurity company to investigate that. And she denied claims that she ever even wrote those. But she came back Friday, I think it was, and she gave her an apology. And it was, have you seen the apology?
I have, and I think
Yeah.
she's lying.
You really do? You think she's lying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Now, to me, the apology seems sincere. Like, I don't know whether
No. I didn't say she wasn't sincere. I do think that she's lying. I do think that she wrote that blog. I do believe that. I do believe that she wrote it. I believe that she remembers writing it, whether she remembers exactly what it said. But some things you just never forget. It's like bringing me one of my poems, and then I say, I don't remember writing. Did I write that? Wait, what? I don't believe that she doesn't. She may not fully remember it word for word, but I think she's lying about that. And I may be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of stuff. I'm wrong a lot of the time. I may be wrong. Do I think that her apology was sincere? I do. I do think that we all have said things or done things. And my favorite thing to tell people is we all have a chapter in our lives or chapters in our lives that we don't want anybody to read aloud. This is one of her chapters. She has apologized, and I think that we should move on from it. I don't see the point in harping on it. I don't see the point in beating her over the head with it. I don't see the point in even discussing it any more than to say apology accepted, Joy. And I kid you not, to me, she's very brave. But do I think she's lying about not remembering? I do. But what I do find, not going to say ironic, I can't think of the word that I want to use, is the fact that she did her due diligence and people are still coming for her. She even said in her apology, cybersecurity professionals cannot prove that her blog was hacked. Well, until that part of her apology, I was kind of like, okay, let's just let sleeping dogs lie. But when she said that, of course, I perked up and I said, okay, she is like legit trying to prove that she's trying to do everything. I don't see what the big deal is at this point. I don't see what the big deal is. When it first happened and she said, I may have been hacked. Okay, I can understand some people saying, okay, we're going to wait or we're going to question it or whatever. But now she's came out. She said that not even the cybersecurity professionals can find any type of, her site was hacked or whatever. Let it go. Let it go. Move on. Let's do something different. That's that.
Well, it's not going to be let go. Especially since, again, the climate that we're in, she's very, very vocal about the things that happen with this current administration. So you know they're not going to let that shit go. Come on now. They have like she's looked at as one of the biggest opponents to
Right.
the left movement, to the Trump movement, to that whole MAGA thing and all of that. So yeah, they're loving this. They're feeding like crazy off of this shit.
Maybe so, but like I tweeted, and I'm gonna find my tweet because I don't want anybody to out. Well, you can't even remember what you tweeted, but I know I tweeted about it. So, and I know that I'm admitting to that. But where is it at? I'm so dang. I've been doing a lot of tweeting lately.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Wow. I've been doing a lot of tweeting. Okay, this is what I said. I said, we are so quick to judge. Number one, I've used gay slurs. Number two, I've made fun of gay people. Number three, I used to think people chose to be gay. I've learned, I've grown, I've gotten over the foolishness. We all make mistakes. Let he without sin, oh, never mind. What y'all want her to do? Heathens. I'm sorry. Hashtag heathens. Like I'm legit. Like I have. I mean,
But no,
as
you've made a
kid,
very
I
good
have.
point because she brought that up in her apology, and she said that she's had experience, including that moment with her friend where she found out he was gay, and she was like, upset about it, and like they didn't even talk for years because she, told him like he was lying and stuff like that, and she didn't believe him. So she admitted to that. And when she did that part, I was like, okay. Even if she did write that stuff, it made me realize something that I've been telling people, like, Cardiac is much younger than him, right?
He's
And
much younger than you, but go on.
okay, he's much younger than us. And I've talked to him about stuff like this all the time. Like he asks me about things like, how people feel about his generation, all that, and it's like I realized a while ago, especially when I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who daughter hangs out with someone who's homosexual, and she made a comment that she used the F word basically, and said how she didn't understand that and all that, but whatever. And it just made me realize we're in a unique generation because we're kind of like that bridge generation.
Yep.
Whereas like our parents were the people who really believed in like, you're punk if you wore your hair a certain style, or if you wore an earring in your ear, like if you wore it in your right ear, then that means you gay. Things like that. And like all types of things, very homophobic things. Like that was what we were taught. That's what we'd hear. I mean, the F word, which I don't say anymore. I don't know why I'm calling it the F word, but you know what word I'm talking about.
3 letters, sometimes referred to in a derogatory term for a gay male. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that was something that you threw out when you wanted to hurt another guy because you tested his manhood. Not knowing whether or not if he really was like gay or not. You didn't care, but it was like that was the worst thing in the world you could call a guy growing up. And it's now people are more open-minded. Homosexuality is out there more. It's not just a joke. It's not just something they make fun of. Like you have the funny gay guy in the movie, the character. No,
Come through, Jack. That's my favorite character.
But no, it's like now, like gay people, like you see the quote unquote normalization of gay people, like with what was the name of the show that used to come on Showtime?
The L word.
Well, the L word and the other one, the one that preceded it, which was all men. I can't remember the name of that show.
I don't know.
But it was like an all male thing where there's just a bunch of stories about gay men and their relationships and how they interacted with each other. Somebody will remind me, but
that's interesting.
You didn't know that? That preceded the L. That's why the L word came, because that show came on Showtime first, and it got really, really popular. And then they were like, "Well, we're going to do the L word now." So yeah.
So, what do you think about it? Her and her apology.
Her apology, I'm good with, because like I said, it was Queer as Folk. That's the name of the show.
Queer as Folk. Yeah, I remember that. I never watched it, but I do remember it.
I actually watched a couple episodes. Somebody said you should watch. It's actually a good show. It is a good show, but it's like some things, like again, being from that bridge like thing. While I found myself comfortable with homosexuality, I don't know if I want to see two dudes having sex on TV. And they used to do a lot of sex scenes in that show.
Did they? Oh wow.
Yeah, nah, yeah. They used to get, yeah, they used to
And mind you, I'm saying that because I have always, maybe it's because of the way I was growing up. I've always felt uncomfortable seeing sex scenes on TV. Even if, I mean, men and women.
I don't like porn, because you find, okay, interesting.
No, I don't like that because it's filth and it's of the devil. But I've always been uncomfortable because, like, to me, that's just something intimate and private and should not be on screen for public consumption. I've always, like, man, even now, I can watch a movie with my mom or my kids, sex scene come on, and this is me every time. Like, I won't even acknowledge that anybody else is even sitting next. I'm like, oh, when is this over? And it doesn't have to be.
Okay, so note to yourself, like, if you watch Queer as Folk, again, it's a good show, but
not watching it. You're
gonna see some stuff. You're gonna learn some things.
Nope. To me, if it's anything more than kissing on the screen, I'm like,
yeah, it's funny. It doesn't bother me to see gay you guys, but like the sexual, maybe I don't know.
But the crazy thing is, like you said, it's part of life. It's natural, and I mean, it is what it is. But as far as Joy, my girl, I am cool with her response. I am cool with her apology. I do think she's lying though, but at this point, who cares? She has apologized for it, and her track record has shown that she is an advocate for that same community. So I'm good with it.
Yeah, no, and again, like I said, it's like she's kind of in our age range, I think. Isn't she in her mid early 40s?
I think she's close to you in age.
Whatever.
She's 49.
And so that still falls in kind of that, like, people late 60s to late 70s. That is our like, you know, parents. That her parents would be probably around the same age as our parents, probably. So yeah, then especially in the Black community, I've realized that a lot of that stuff was really, really taught, because like homosexuality in the Black community has always been a huge issue. It's something that we probably don't want to acknowledge, but it's always been something that has been a sore point with African Americans, because and again, I was talking to Cardiac about this, and I always said I found it funny how us as Black people who've gone through so much and still are going through so much tend to sometimes come down on other people who are not going through necessarily the same things, but are experiencing some of those things, like homosexuals who've been outcast and discriminated against and hunted down, killed, murdered, unfairly labeled, all that stuff. Yeah, we do the same thing, you know, within our community.
Hello, pot, meat, kettle.
Exactly. And I've always found that weird. I've always found it weird, like how around here, it's not as it was when I was a kid, but there was always a big issue with Blacks and Hispanics all the older people in the neighborhood couldn't stand to see Hispanics moving into DC, and it was just like, you know, sounding just like them.
Wow.
Black people just do it to them because they'll do it to us too. Let's be honest. You know, a gay white guy can get beat over the head by a bunch of other straight white men, but if a black person walk in, he might be like, "What is that nigga doing here?" You know what I mean? It's like stuff like that. I've always found it weird. It's like, even though you're in a position where you're being treated unfairly, you know how it feels to be treated unfairly for something that it's not your fault. It's who you are. You still want to do that shit to somebody else.
So I have another podcast that I do with a group of friends. It's not on YouTube or anything. It's simply a podcast. And we were talking about this one time on our podcast. One of our counterparts is a gay white male. And he said something in our podcast that completely blew me away because I never thought about it. Not that I didn't believe it, but just the fact that I never thought about it. It's kind of like, for him, he said that there is even division among the gay community. And there's division like Black Pride Week or Black Pride Day. I don't know whichever one it is. And then whites. So there's like even a racial divide amongst the gay community. And he said that there's still division, just like it is, of course, in the world. But like I told him, I never would have thought that, because I would have thought that it would have been like, oh my gosh, we have the same plight. We are gay. We are, discriminated against. And so we have to stick together. Completely not the case. Completely not the case. And I would have thought that for Hispanics, Latinos, Latinas, and Blacks, that it would have been, we are in the minority here, so we should all have each other's backs. But you would think that Blacks would be the same way, and that's certainly not the case.
Yeah, and I grew up in an area where it was a lot of Blacks and Latinos together. And thankfully, I was a part of a group where we all got along. Like, I'd still know a lot of people from high school today on Facebook and stuff like that. And, they've come from all backgrounds and things like that. But at the same time, still in the neighborhood where I lived at, there was still like that kind of tension because I don't know. And I, remember people in my family always feeling like their space being invaded by them, which really, really, like, I could never understand, like, what was the problem? I don't know. I really I've tried to think of us like, is there some type of animosity that we have towards other people because of the way that we were brought here compared to how they came here? Maybe. I don't know. I just don't understand it. But at the same time, regardless of that, you should be able to look at it as like, yo, they're getting kicked and beaten on the same way we gotten kicked and beaten on. Perhaps if we all like work together, there'd be less chance of us getting kicked and beat on. But we keep having this divide, so it's easier to kick and beat on us, because we won't even work with each other to stop from being kicked and beat on.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just something that always. That's why, like with her, I'm fine. I'm very, very comfortable with her apology. Because I could, again, coming from the time frame that she grew up in, like she said, this was what she grew up around, and I could imagine. Like, I don't know what did they ever even say when she wrote these blogs?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, because especially if it was like when she was in her like teens or 20s, I could imagine her having that opinion, because leading up into the late 90s, there was an issue with homosexuality. It's not like the acceptance of homosexuality all of a sudden, went away decades ago. That's just fairly new. the acceptance of homosexuality.
Yeah.
There is that. Any other subjects you want to talk about, ma'am?
No.
Why do you look so perturbed?
No.
What's wrong?
I do want, you know what? Because when you said that, I instantly thought about my Snickers blast from the other night.
Well, speak on it.
Oh my gosh. It's just, how hard could it be to make a Snickers blast? That's all I'm going to say. How hard could it be? How hard could it be? You mix the ice cream with the Snickers, you mix it up, you put it in a cup, you put some nice little whipped cream on top of it and crumble me some Snicker pieces on top. That's all I ask. That's it. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. I get my Snickers blast. I even handed it back. I said, it's supposed to have whipped cream on there. Oh, it's on there. Where? Where, my dude? Where? If I have to ask you where the whipped cream is, that should tell you that I need more whipped cream. Should it not? And then when you point in a corner. Really?
Maybe they ran out.
No, because he asked me, would you like for me to put some more? I said, nope, that's okay. And then the girl came to the window and was like, what's the matter? Nothing. I just want to get out of your drive-thru, ma'am, because clearly tonight is not a good night for Snickers Blast. Came home, flushed it down the toilet. $4.68 gone.
My thing is, you should have been like, I just need to get a refund. That's all. I would have done that. You are better than me because I wasn't going to be paying for that shit at all.
I just feel some type of way about it.
Yeah, you're better than me. I wouldn't have paid for it. I would have turned it back.
But I will say this. The owner of that Sonic is all about customer service. I know him personally. And it's so funny because whenever I go, they can never get my order right. And I feel like I'm texting him all the time to say, yo, what's up with the people that work in there? What's up with the people that work in there? But I give it to him. Every time I've ever texted him or called him or seen him with the complaint, he has always rectified it. So shout out to him. Speaking of which, I'm going to text him and tell him about my $4.68 that I feel like I wasted because that Snickers blast went down the drain.
A damn shame.
And you know how much I love my Snickers blast.
Yes, I know, fat girl. I know.
If not, you know what? I'll take it. I can be fat, but I'm gonna eat what I want to eat, and as long as I'm healthy with it, then y'all damn deal with it, okay? Just deal
so
with it.
know that this is coming from Fat Man, so it's not like take it serious. Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is that when I get my Snickers blast, for the time frame that it takes me to eat it, and yes, good people, I get a medium one. A small one would probably do just fine, and a medium is probably a little bit more than I would want. But the fat girl in me will scrape the bottom of my cup because I don't want to waste it.
That means you want a large, but you try not to.
No, a large is like a Route 44 full. There is no way a large, I could eat that and share it with somebody else. A small, and then I think they have like a mini, a small, a medium, and a large, whatever. Never get a mini. It's not worth your money. By the time you get to the really good part, it's gone. Don't do it, people. A small, maybe, but I normally get a medium. As a matter of fact, my mommy's coming to town. My nephew is coming with her. Me and my nephew, we're going to Sonic, and we're getting us some blasts. I'm getting a Snickers blast. Don't remember what kind he likes. All I know is that I cheerfully and happily swipe my card for him because he's awesome.
I have no idea what these blasts are. I've never eaten at Sonic. So.
Oh my God. Listen, just go by Sonic. They have Reese's.
I actually live
M&Ms.
10 minutes away from the funny part.
Get one. It's Reese's, M&M's, Snickers, and something else. I like Snickers personally. And for some reason, I am on a Snickers whatever because when I go to work, about 9 o'clock, 9:30, I have a Snickers. And then I eat lunch. And then about 2:30, I have another Snickers sometimes. And then when I get off work, whether I leave work at 5:30, 9:30, or 10:30 at night, if Sonic is open on my way home, there's one less than 5 minutes away, I stop and I get my Snickers blast. And I may take a spoonful, before I leave the parking lot so my body can get excited. And then when I get home, I eat it all. You've got to get one. Do you like Snickers?
Yeah, although I used to prefer Reese's over it.
Then get a Reese's Blast.
Yes.
But that Snickers Blast is a slice of heaven on earth when they make it correctly. I'm pissed off about that because you know what? That probably was a great Snickers Blast, just missing the whipped cream. But I still do not want to fool with it.
I guess
I'm disappointed.
Well, any other rants, man?
Yeah. That's all. That's it. That's all.
Okay.
I'm sure y'all don't even care about my Snickers Blast.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure you're gonna have people talking about the Snickers Blast.
Well, feel free to shoot me $4.68. That is the local price for a Snickers Blast where I am located.
Okay, yes, feed the fat girl. All right.
Stop calling me that. And then you say that, and I'm like sitting here starving and can't wait until we finish because I want to go in there and eat dinner.
Oh, that's why I'm trying to get us off, okay? I mean, shoot. Trying to end the show. All right. So again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. The police are coming to get her, as you can hear.
Woo! No, I live close to and I get sad every time I hear it. There's a nursing home outside of the entrance of my subdivision. So I pass a nursing home to leave and come in because of the route that I choose. But whenever I hear it, this is so morbid, but I always think, oh, somebody else died and they're coming to get them, pick them up, because nothing goes on in my city.
Good for you. Good for you. All right. But okay. You guys, we're done with this recording marathon. We'll probably do another one next weekend.
Probably tomorrow or Tuesday, good people.
Let's shoot for Wednesday. I get off early on Wednesday.
Okay, fine.
All right. So until then, hope you guys enjoy. Take care. And we'll see you next time on the next episode of His Point, Her View podcast. I was about to call it The Reason We're Born.
I'm sick of you advertising that.
That's the first time I've brought it up in a while here. Okay?
Whatever.
Say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, good people.
Now you scrambling and hoping to get hot again, but you forgot you only pop cause you was riding trends. Now you old news and you going through regrets cause you never bought that house but you got a Benz and a bunch of jewels and a bunch of shoes and a bunch of fake friends. I ain't judging you, I'm just telling you it's probably gonna happen when you rapping about the type of shit you rapping about. It's a